Did you know that 60% of high schoolers actually want to start their own business instead of pursuing a standard corporate job that you would go to after college? And this is a study done by MSNBC, and there could be a lot more to that than meets the eye, but this is crazy, right? Because, we know deep down that only a very, very small chunk of that 60% will actually end up succeeding. But if you're watching this, I'm assuming you want to be in that small chunk, and it's all about execution. So in this video, we're going to go over a few points to help you start a side business in high school, and hopefully after you're done, you can keep building that up, and that'll help you on later in life. But let's get into the video. Alrighty, first and foremost, why should you listen to me? I'm just some random guy on a camera with like 70 subscribers. And the reason is because I just graduated in high school. I'm in a very similar boat as you, but I also started a mobile car detailing business, and I have a client base about 20 consistent customers, and that was just recently, and I'm still attempting to grow that. There's a couple of rough patches right now, but needless to say, we started off and we made some bread that got us through high school. We were able to buy a car with it, etc., etc. And so a lot of the struggles in high school can be related to time management, schoolwork, procrastination, all that stuff. We all struggle for homework typically, and also just not knowing how to manage our time, just being stuck on our phones, just addicted to that temporary dopamine that comes from social media. But we're going to talk about how to combat that. And Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. And that's true. And there are some methods to combat that wasting of time that can help you in starting a side business. So with that being said, let's get into point number one. All right, so first point is going to be stop consuming short form content. Now, I know what you may be thinking, like, what does this have to do with starting a side business? Let me tell you. And so an article done by Forbes basically stated that the average teen spends 4.8 hours a day on social media. And the title of that article is Teens Spend More on Social Media Than on Homework. There's the issue. So the purpose with this is we'll be getting more time in your life to open up to work on that business. Like short form content, dude, it's a poison in today's society. I'm kind of a broken record speaking on that because I too like short form content. I'll find myself scrolling on it for like 15, 30 minutes, potentially even an hour, and it's terrible. And I'm doing everything in my power right now to stop doing that. And I also produce it, so honestly, I'm not helping the problem. But with that being said, if you can create rather than consume, that is amazing. But try to stop consuming short form content. That could open up potentially 4.8 hours a day. I don't know if that's you. I'm assuming it's not, but probably a little less. But even then, if it's an hour a day, that's an hour more you have to work on your business, to learn, to educate yourself, and just improve yourself as a whole. And so that'll open up that time to get into that business. But let's go on to number two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, point number two is to find out that business idea. Now, first and foremost, I would recommend doing something service-based. They're simple, easy to learn, and relatively common, so to speak, so people are more likely to bite on those services. What I would recommend is lawn care, detailing, any sort of pet service, pet grooming, pet sitting, something like that that's more simple, that you can learn pretty fast and you can put your friends and family on, and ideally make some money quicker. But if you want to go more unique, you can look into something like tutoring, commissioning art, and even if you want to do online stuff, go for digital marketing on a smaller scale. And the key here is to offer your services for free. Go to friends and family, be like, hey, I need a review. I'll do this and this for free. Just please give me a review on my Google page and shout me out on Yelp or something like that. And that'll get you more credibility among random people you don't know to ideally trust you and let you do that service, and them also paying you for it. So you decide that service you want to offer, you practice it, and offer it for free. So that's point number two. On to point number three. All right, point number three is to leverage social media, and specifically YouTube. Now, the reason I say this is because you can do two things. You can learn a lot of stuff on YouTube, and you can also, market your services and tell other people what you're offering, what you can do, and just kind of show your skill set off to the public. Dude, you can literally learn anything on YouTube. I heard this story on the radio the other day about how a 11-year-old literally looked up how to drive on YouTube, took his dad's truck, and went to McDonald's with his little sister, and then he got pulled over by the cops for being an underage driver. But that story just goes to say you can learn a lot on YouTube. So remember point number one, stay away from shorts, but also try to engage in that long form content, 10 to 45 minutes of just straight up knowledge being offered, probably for free by, the creator of your choice. Learn those skills, practice them, and ultimately get better to help you with that side business of your choosing that you're going to offer. But on to point number four. All right, guys, point number four is to download Google Calendar and use it to schedule and block out your time. Now, there's a YouTuber I like to watch named Brandon Carter. He's a really cool dude. Shout out to him. But anyways, he heavily emphasizes using Google Calendar. Color code it, schedule out your time, know what you're doing hour by hour. And even I struggle with this, but a lot of times I'm kind of speaking to younger me as I say this, but we can waste time, dude, especially when we're young. We hang out with friends, we get lost in our own minds. We stare at a phone before we're trying to go to bed. Instead of hanging out with our fam or our friends or our mom or whatever, we go off and we watch stuff we shouldn't. We scroll on Instagram, we scroll on Twitter, we scroll anywhere, really. We're just wasting time, man. We're just spending things on vices that don't really matter. So use Google Calendar to schedule and block out that time. Try to dedicate that certain amount of time you want to put in toward your business, to learning that skill. And action is everything, and Google Calendar will keep you accountable. If you didn't do that action you plan to, you will see it and you will know it. For my other visual learners out there, this is very helpful because it gives us an image of what we're doing and what we need to do in the future to try and accomplish our goal. So that's basically all the so tips that I have for you today. But schedule your stuff out. It will help you a lot, and it has helped me bunches. But all right, so just to recap everything that I've said, first and foremost, block out short form content. Once again, I'm kind of a broken record for saying this, but when I have, it helped me out a bunch, and I currently am blocking out short form content, Step number 2 is identify that service base or any sort of business you want to offer and practice it, and offer it for free. 3, leverage social media and YouTube, learn and market your services on those platforms. And number 4, download Google Calendar and use that to schedule out your life and be more overall productive while you're in school and while you're trying to start that business with homework, classes, etc. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you found some sort of value in this video. Please stick around for more business related content. If you want more of that, please feel free to like and subscribe. But I hope you all have a great day, and God bless.